Success is not an accident. It is not something that randomly happens to a few lucky people while the rest of the world simply watches. Success follows a pattern. It follows a direction. It follows a map. And if you want to achieve something extraordinary in your life, the first thing you must understand is that every great destination requires a clear map. Imagine trying to travel to a city you've never been to before without directions. No map, no guidance, no plan. You might drive for hours, maybe days, and still end up lost. Yet this is exactly how many people live their lives. They wake up every morning, work hard, stay busy, but they have no clear direction. They are active, but they are not progressing. Achievement begins with clarity. You must decide where you want to go. What kind of life do you want to build? What kind of person do you want to become? The world rarely rewards vague intentions. If you say, I want to be successful, that sounds nice, but success is too broad. The map of achievement begins when you define your destination with precision. Instead of saying you want success, say what success looks like to you. Is it financial freedom? Is it mastering a skill? Is it building a business? Is it creating a life where your family thrives and your work inspires others? Once the destination is clear, the journey becomes possible. The second part of the map is knowledge. Every destination requires a certain set of skills. If you want to earn more, learn more. If you want to lead others, you must grow as a person. Income rarely exceeds personal development for long. The marketplace rewards value. Think about it. The person who earns more does not simply work harder, they bring more value to the table. They solve bigger problems. They develop stronger skills. They expand their thinking. So the question becomes, what are you learning? Books, mentors, experiences, challenges, these are the roads on your map. Every page you read, every lesson you apply, every mistake you learn from moves you closer to your destination. But knowledge alone is not enough. The third part of the map is discipline. You can have the best plans in the world, but without discipline, they remain ideas. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It is the small daily actions repeated consistently. Success is not built in a day. It is built daily. A little reading each day, a little improvement each day, little progress each day. Over time, those small actions compound into remarkable results. But discipline has a twin brother called neglect. Just as small positive actions build success, small negative habits slowly build failure. Skip the learning, ignore the opportunity, delay the action. These seem insignificant in the moment, but over months and years they create a completely different destination. Your daily choices are quietly drawing the map of your future. The fourth part of the map is persistence. Every worthwhile journey includes obstacles. There will be detours, delays, disappointments, and days when progress feels invisible. But persistence keeps you moving when motivation fades. Many people quit not because they are incapable, but because they stop too soon. The person who eventually succeeds is often the one who simply stayed on the path longer than everyone else. They adjusted when necessary. They learned when they failed. But they never abandoned the map. Remember, this temporary defeat is not failure. Is feedback. Every challenge teaches you something. Every setback shows you a better way forward if you're willing to learn from it. And finally, the most powerful part of the map is vision. A map is useless if you don't believe the destination is possible. Vision is the ability to see the future before it becomes reality. It is the quiet confidence that your efforts today are building something meaningful tomorrow. People with vision wake up differently. They work differently. They think differently because they are not just reacting to life, they are designing it. When you combine a clear destination, continuous learning, daily discipline, relentless persistence, and powerful vision, something extraordinary happens. You stop wandering, you start progressing, and step by step, day by day, the life you once imagined begins to take shape. The truth is, achievement is not reserved for a special few. The map exists for anyone willing to follow it. So take a moment and ask yourself a simple question: where am I going? Because once you decide the destination, commit to growth, practice discipline, and persist through challenges, the path begins to unfold. And one day you will look back and realize that the life you are living now was once just a point on your map of achievement. Every meaningful accomplishment in life begins with a clear vision. When a person truly understands where they want to go, their life starts to gain direction and purpose. Without a clear vision, people often drift through life reacting to circumstances instead of shaping them. They work hard, stay busy, and invest their time and energy, yet they feel as though they are not making real progress. The reason is simple. Activity without direction rarely leads to achievement. Clarity acts like a compass. It guides decisions, influences behavior, and keeps a person focused on what truly matters. When the destination is clearly defined, the path toward it becomes easier to recognize. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by countless possibilities, a person can concentrate their efforts on opportunities that align with their purpose. Many people say they want success, happiness, or financial freedom, but these ideas remain too general to create meaningful action. Real progress begins when goals become specific and personal. A clear vision answers important questions. What kind of life do you want to build? What impact do you want to make? What skills do you want to master? When these questions are answered honestly, a powerful sense of direction begins to develop. Purpose also fuels motivation. When individuals know why they are pursuing something, they become more committed to the process. Difficulties that once seemed discouraging begin to look like necessary steps along the journey. Instead of giving up at the first sign of challenge, a person with a strong vision remains focused on the bigger picture. Clarity of vision also strengthens decision-making. Every day presents countless choices, some helpful and others distracting. When the destination is clear, it becomes easier to choose activities that move life forward and to avoid habits that lead nowhere. A person begins to invest time in learning, improving skills, building relationships, and taking actions that support long-term goals. Another powerful benefit of a clear vision is confidence. When someone knows where they are going, uncertainty loses much of its power. They may not know every step of the journey, but they trust that consistent effort will eventually lead them closer to their destination. This belief creates momentum, and momentum builds progress. Vision does not mean everything will happen quickly or easily. It simply means the direction is clear. Like a traveler following a map, the journey may include turns, detours, and unexpected lessons. However, the destination remains visible in the mind. When people develop clarity about their goals and purpose, their lives begin to transform. Their energy becomes focused, their actions become intentional, and their progress becomes measurable. What once felt like wandering becomes a meaningful journey toward achievement. Growth is one of the most powerful forces behind meaningful achievement. A person's results in life often reflect the level of knowledge, skills, and understanding they have developed over time. When individuals commit themselves to continuous learning, they expand their ability to solve problems, create opportunities, and contribute value to others. In many ways, learning becomes the engine that drives progress. Education should never be viewed as something that ends after school or formal training. True learning is a lifelong process. Every experience, every conversation, every challenge carries a lesson that can shape a person's thinking and strengthen their abilities. Those who continue to learn remain adaptable in a changing world, while those who stop learning often find themselves stuck in outdated habits and limited perspectives. One of the most powerful ways to grow is through reading and studying the ideas of successful thinkers and leaders. Books have the ability to compress decades of wisdom into a few pages, offering insights that might otherwise take years to discover. When individuals regularly invest time in learning from valuable sources, their thinking expands and their possibilities grow. Learning also involves observing the people around us. Mentors, teachers, and experienced professionals can provide guidance that shortens the path to improvement. Listening to those who have already traveled the road you wish to follow allows you to avoid common mistakes and focus on strategies that truly work. Wisdom shared by others becomes a valuable shortcut toward progress. However, learning is not only about gathering information. The real transformation happens when knowledge is applied. Ideas without action remain possibilities, but ideas combined with action create results. Each new skill practiced and each lesson applied builds confidence and competence. Over time, these small improvements accumulate into remarkable personal growth. Continuous learning also shapes a person's mindset. It encourages curiosity, humility, and the willingness to improve. Instead of believing they already know enough, they are willing to learn more. Individuals who embrace learning constantly ask questions, explore new perspectives, and challenge their own assumptions. This openness allows them to adapt, innovate, and stay ahead of changing circumstances. Another important aspect of learning is the ability to reflect on mistakes. Failures and setbacks are often powerful teachers when approached with the right attitude. Instead of seeing mistakes as reasons to quit, successful individuals treat them as valuable feedback. They analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and move forward with greater understanding. As a person grows in knowledge and skill, their value in the world increases. Opportunities often follow those who bring solutions, creativity, and insight to the challenges they face. Continuous learning does more than expand the mind, it opens doors that once seemed out of reach. Over time, the commitment to personal development transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary capability. The individual who keeps learning, improving, and adapting gradually builds the foundation for lasting achievement. One of the greatest differences between people who achieve their goals and those who only dream about them is the ability to practice discipline and take consistent action. Many individuals have ideas, ambitions, and plans for the future, but without disciplined effort, those plans remain unfinished possibilities. Discipline is the quiet force that transforms intentions into results. Success rarely appears suddenly. It is usually the result of small actions repeated day after day. These actions may seem simple and sometimes even insignificant in the moment, but over time they create powerful progress. A person who reads a few pages every day gains a wealth of knowledge within a year. Someone who practices a skill regularly becomes more confident and capable with each passing week. Consistency turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes. The challenge many people face is that discipline requires doing what needs to be done even when motivation is low. Motivation often comes and goes depending on emotions and circumstances. Discipline, however, is built on commitment. It means continuing the work even when it feels difficult, inconvenient, or slow. The ability to follow through on responsibilities and goals, regardless of temporary feelings, becomes a powerful advantage. Daily habits play an important role in this process. Habits are the repeated actions that shape our lives over time. Positive habits such as learning, planning, exercising, and improving skills gradually build a strong foundation for success. On the other hand, negative habits such as procrastination, distraction, and neglect quietly limit progress. Every small choice made each day contributes either to growth or to stagnation. When individuals begin to focus on disciplined routines, they start gaining control over their time and energy. Instead of reacting to every distraction, they prioritize activities that move them closer to their goals. This focus creates momentum, and momentum makes progress easier. Each completed task strengthens confidence and reinforces the belief that improvement is possible. Another important aspect of discipline is patience. Meaningful achievements often require time. It is easy to feel discouraged when results do not appear immediately. However, consistent effort gradually produces visible outcomes. Just as a seed needs time to grow into a tree, personal development and success require steady nurturing through daily action. People who develop discipline also build reliability and trust. Others begin to see them as dependable individuals who follow through on their commitments. This reputation often creates new opportunities, stronger relationships, and greater responsibilities. Discipline not only improves personal results, but also strengthens the way others perceive and respect an individual. Over time, the power of consistent action becomes undeniable. What once seemed like small steps gradually leads to remarkable progress. The person who remains committed to disciplined habits day after day eventually finds themselves achieving goals that once appeared distant and difficult. Every meaningful journey toward achievement includes challenges, setbacks, and unexpected difficulties. No matter how clear the vision or how strong the plan may be, there will always be moments when progress feels slow or obstacles seem overwhelming. During these moments, persistence becomes one of the most valuable qualities a person can develop. It is the determination to continue moving forward even when circumstances are not easy. Many people begin their journey toward success with excitement and enthusiasm. At the beginning, everything feels possible and the motivation is strong. However, as time passes and difficulties appear, some individuals begin to lose confidence. When results do not come quickly or when mistakes happen, they may start to doubt their abilities. This is often the point where many people decide to give up, believing that the goal is too difficult or that success is meant for someone else. Persistence changes this outcome. Instead of viewing challenges as signals to quit, persistent individuals see them as opportunities to learn and grow. They understand that obstacles are a natural part of any worthwhile pursuit. Every difficulty carries a lesson that can make a person stronger, wiser, and better prepared for the future. Resilience plays a key role in maintaining persistence. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks and continue the journey with renewed determination. When something goes wrong, resilient individuals take time to reflect on what happened, adjust their approach, and try again. They do not allow temporary failures to define their long-term potential. History and experience show that many great achievements were accomplished by people who refused to stop when things became difficult. Their path was not perfect, and they faced disappointments along the way. Yet their willingness to keep trying eventually led them to success. Often the difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not talent or intelligence, but the simple decision to continue. Persistence also builds inner strength. Each time a person faces a challenge and chooses to keep moving forward, their confidence grows. They begin to trust their ability to handle difficulties and adapt to new situations. Over time, what once seemed impossible begins to feel achievable because they have proven to themselves that they can endure challenges and still progress. Another important aspect of persistence is maintaining a long-term perspective. Achievement rarely happens overnight. It is the result of steady effort and continuous improvement over time. Those who remain patient and committed to the journey eventually begin to see the rewards of their persistence. In the end, resilience and determination transform obstacles into stepping stones. Instead of stopping the journey, challenges become part of the path that leads to growth and achievement. The person who refuses to quit, who learns from every setback and keeps moving forward, ultimately discovers that persistence often becomes the deciding factor between ordinary results and extraordinary success. In the end, the journey toward meaningful achievement is built on a powerful combination of vision, growth, discipline, and persistence. When a person clearly understands their purpose, they gain direction. When they commit to continuous learning, they expand their abilities and increase the value they bring to the world. When they practice discipline and take consistent action, their goals begin to move from ideas into reality. And when they develop persistence, they gain the strength to overcome challenges that appear along the way. These principles work together to shape a life of progress and purpose. Clarity guides the path, learning strengthens the mind, discipline drives daily action, and resilience ensures that obstacles do not become the end of the journey. Each of these qualities reinforces the others, creating a strong foundation for long-term success. Achievement is not reserved for a special group of people. It is available to anyone who chooses to think clearly about their goals. Invest in personal growth, stay committed to consistent effort, and remain determined even when the road becomes difficult. Step by step, these habits build confidence, capability, and lasting results. When individuals apply these principles in their daily lives, they begin to realize that success is not a distant dream, but a gradual process of improvement and perseverance. Over time, their actions create a path that leads toward meaningful accomplishments, personal fulfillment, and a life shaped by purpose rather than chance.